Every now and then I wake up and I want to see what the left is up to. What are they doing? What are they grumbling about? Because it's important. You get some criticism to your side. And there are a lot of criticisms that you can put on the Republican regime. But unfortunately, none of them come from the left because the left are complaining about things that are normal. Right? Like you get something that every nation on planet Earth is doing, and the moment Trump does it as well, the left freaks out. And you know that they wouldn't freak out if a Democrat did it. So, what's on the agenda today? What's upsetting them? Well, when you want to know about the left, you go to Destiny, right? He is the guru. You don't go to CNN. You don't go to MSLSD. No, you go to Destiny. That's where the most important talking points on the internet are. And what is Destiny saying today? Well, when he's not upset about firefighters or getting involved into various controversies, it seems that he is upset that the free speech warriors aren't free speeching for the people chanting on behalf of Hamas, right? So, where are the free speech warriors? Where are they? Well, you killed them, Destiny. Your side has butchered them, every single last one of them. See, after years of indoctrination, for decades, where we understood that it's not about free speech, it's about safety, right? It's about safe spaces. Yes, safe spaces, political correctness, saying the correct things, being on the right side of history. Well, you managed to persuade a lot of right-wingers. They're on your side now, especially the religious people. The religious people also understand, hold on a little bit, the Bible doesn't say about free speech. The leftists have a point. The leftists are right. All jokes aside, though, it would be nice if before putting the word free speech in your mouth, you'd actually understand what it is. You'd actually not just read the Constitution, but see how it's applied. And then you would understand that what Trump is doing by taking away the visa of certain people on campuses that are doing agitation and propaganda against the American citizens is not a violation of free speech. Because I got a lot of people saying, oh, well, J.D. Vance is going to Europe and lecturing others about free speech. Well, what a hypocrite, because in America, free speech is dead. They're deporting university students. Oh, goodness gracious. So what is going on? Well, how are those people in your country? They're in your country because they got a visa. Now, let's assume that I would want to go into the United States to study. And I go there to get a visa. And I go to the U.S. Embassy and they will ask me a couple of questions, right? First they look to see if you qualify. Then they ask you why you want to go there. I say because I want to study. I got to get myself educated. I'm a moron, but America has really great university that can turn you from a moron into a genius. It can turn you into an expert. I want to be an expert into gender studies. I want to master the lesbian dance therapy, and only in America can I do that. And they'll go okay, V. And then they ask you a couple of questions, what type of person you are, what do you believe in. Now let's assume that I would claim that I'm a strong supporter of Hamas and I want to go there in order to perform agitation and propaganda with the other American students. Do you think that they would allow me in if I said that? Do you think they would give me a visa if I told them that? Well, the answer is no. So why is it that if you manage to get past that point, but then you behave in a way that they wouldn't give you a visa, why do you think they can't take it away from you? Because when you get a visa, again, it's funny how Destiny knows all the laws, right? He knows about fake electors and he starts talking about legal technicalities. But he doesn't know that one of the reasons that a visa can be revoked is if you're actually posing a danger to national security or public safety. Well, if you look at the United States and you get to see various Tesla and automobile dealerships getting trashed, people with Tesla having their cars destroyed. I mean, it's an expensive car, right? It's a $50,000 car. You get to see people on Reddit justifying that, explaining that that is done for political reasons. The people that are doing it are saying it's done for political reasons, right? That is a matter of public safety. Yeah, it turns out that American businessmen want their businesses left alone. They just want to sell a product, right? And so if you have agitators coming in and destroying their businesses, that is a public safety concern. And so that is actually a reason to take away someone's visa. That's not a free speech issue. They're not being locked up, by the way. Right? Like that would be a free speech violation. Like if you have a foreigner that comes into the United States, says something, and then he gets locked up because he said things. They're not getting locked up. They're getting deported, right? Like their original country is not a prison. I understand it's a very beautiful country. It's not a shithole, right? So like, if you're for diversity and you're like, all cultures are equal, what's so bad if they're getting deported? Anyway, the interesting point here is that in the European Union, you would actually get arrested. Like if you go to Germany, right, and you join a student protest where you're promoting Nazism, let's say, right? In America, you can do that. Like they have no laws that would bar you from promoting Nazism. But in Germany, they do, and they would lock you up. Now, I'm not saying that people should promote Nazism, but I'm giving you an example between the difference of a country that would actually lock you up for just flapping your mouth for things you say versus a country that wouldn't. In the United States, you can literally say anything you want. You can even go in front of a cop and show him the middle finger. Like, that's fine. In Europe, you can't do that. You get arrested. Right? Like, that is the major difference. Again, like, I don't know how a person like Destiny that understands all the legal technicalities and, you know, that he starts quoting legal shit that people haven't even thought about, but he just doesn't know the difference between having free speech and not. No country on planet Earth would allow agitators on its soil if they're non-citizens. I mean, America just had the TikTok ban. It lasted for a couple of hours, but still, I didn't see the left freaking out about it. The Democrats were on board with that as well, right? So all of a sudden, that's not a free speech issue, but now, oh, they're deporting people that are supporting Hamas. I see. Shocking. Now, let me put it this way. Let's say that Joe Biden is still president, right? And you have, like, people coming in supporting white supremacy on liberal campuses, and they're actually succeeding. Like, they're forming genuine white supremacist movements on university campuses. And Joe Biden takes away their visas. Do you think Destiny would be like, well, what are the free speech warriors? Assemble the free speech warrior counts. No, he would probably be like, yeah, I mean, base, that's of course. I mean, obviously they should, right? It is also interesting, you know, because people on the left, they think that if someone has morals, they will always have morals. Well, it also depends, like, how you treat people, you know? Like you can have a moral individual. And you know that saying, if you're fighting monsters, you become one? Like, you can't go as Destiny and basically make statements such as, if you're a Trump supporter, no, I don't know how he framed it, but he basically implied it that if you go to a Trump rally and you get shot, that he doesn't care, right? Like, you can't say that about people and then expect those same people who may have been, you know, tolerant and compassionate, right? But when they see how you're behaving towards them, the human thing, the emotional human thing to do is to reciprocate. And so it is what it is. You know, like, why should people care about your issues now? Especially when you don't even know what free speech is. No one is getting arrested for saying stuff in America. That would be a free speech violation. No, they're getting deported. And when they got their visa, they were specifically told that if you go into the United States, you shouldn't do agitation and propaganda, right? Like, you shouldn't be a national concern. And you shouldn't be a public safety hazard. So yeah, like getting visa to other countries is a privilege. It's not a right. Now, if they were American citizens, that would be a different thing, right? Like revoking their citizenship. Okay, then we can have a conversation about that. But at this point, no. It's also fascinating. Like, why would you even want to do that? Like, imagine going to China, right? And when you're a student there, you start doing agitation and propaganda against the Chinese government. You start talking about the Tiananmen Square and other shit. Did you go to China to study, or did you go to China to subvert them? Like, I'm not saying that the Chinese government is correct, or that it didn't commit crimes and atrocities, right? But, like, put yourself in the shoes of a person that goes to China as a student to start up shit. Like, the only logical conclusion would be that he is paid, right? Either that or he's a useful idiot, but clearly, like, any person that goes in another nation to study, goes in another nation to fucking study, not worry about that nation's politics. But then again, you know, that's just my view as a backwards Eastern European. What do I know? Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.